comments on that. Remember, got to get pretty. You can if you like to. If you're more comfortable with it, check it out. Okay.
What's on the chairs? Are you telling me when?
What's that?
Are you going to tell me when?
Yeah, just let everybody get right there, and then we'll get them going. Get your coach here in just a second. We've got 2 more chairs we can put out.
I think there's 2 empty chairs back there.
Okay. All right, we're ready.
Would you please rise?
Say it again. Get right into that mic.
Would you please rise? We will now have a moment of silence as an opportunity for prayer or reflection. Amen. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Wait, Joe. Whenever you're ready. Well, we can sit the graduates now.
You all may be seated. Good evening, and welcome to tonight's commencement ceremony honoring the 2021 graduating class of Neville High School. I am Ashanti Hicks. As student body president, it has been an honor to lead this remarkable class through a challenging year. Thank you to our families, friends, faculty, administrators, and fellow graduates for joining us here tonight, in person and virtually, for this momentous occasion. Enjoy the ceremony.
Good evening. On behalf of our administrative team, our faculty and staff, we welcome you to Bill Whipple Stadium. We welcome our parents, our grandparents, our families and guests to this unique occasion. Tonight we hold a graduation ceremony to recognize this unique class of graduates. We are excited about their accomplishment of graduation, as we know that you are. As we get to the portion of the program later, when we call each graduate by name, please remember to refrain from any noise or actions that would distract from any student's name being heard when called. We thank you in advance for that. At this time, I want to recognize and thank our faculty and staff of Neville High School, not only for the roles they have played in our graduates' lives, but for the body of work and unique challenges they have endured this school year. They have met and exceeded expectations. Let's give them a well-deserved round of applause. To our graduates, we congratulate you for your accomplishments and for persevering through extraordinary circumstances. With all you have faced and have overcome this year, you are well equipped to adapt to any challenges that lie ahead of you. You have gained strength and insight this year that will serve you well into the future. We thank you for your contributions to Neville High School and know that you will always hold a special place in our hearts and minds. We hope you take some Tiger Pride with you as you leave and share it with others. That is a very important role you will now play as Neville alumni. We encourage you to fight for your victories in the battles that lay ahead. Try to win every chance you get when competition presents itself. Accept the challenge of trying to improve daily in all walks of your life, even if it's the slightest improvement each day. This challenge we know by the simple motto of win today. Know you're always welcome here at 600 Forsyth. Come back and share your stories of success with us. We enjoy hearing them, and we're here to help you any way we can. The world is out there for you to chase your dreams in. Best wishes to all of you, and go get them, Tigers.
At this time, I present the honor certificates. First, our salutatorian. Emma Livingston Street. Our valedictorian, Caroline Clary. Anna Grace Hanson. Brooke Hill. Simon Mischer. Sally Jane Snelling. J. Lee White. At this time, I'll announce the graduate with the highest honors in the upper 5%. Eduardo Andretti, would you please stand as I call your names? Caroline Clary, Catherine Emery, Brody Green, Anna Grace Hanson, Brooke Hill, Simon Michener, Sally Jane Snelling, Emma Livingston Street, J. Lee White. Those graduating with honors in the remaining 10%. Lane Mitchell Blue, Sadie Keys, Nor Marus, Philippa Worstead, Simon Phoenix, William Reed, Wesley Robinson, Sarah Elizabeth Ship, Elise Venable, Grace Walker, and Ajay White. Congratulations.
Good evening. My name is Caroline Clary. The word we chose for this year for a class that has overcome so many obstacles is endure. For me, I decided to represent the E in endure as ellipsis. I know, kind of odd, right? In case some have forgotten, an ellipsis is the ... that writers insert to show when there is a gap in thought. It represents excluded information and unanswered questions. It represents the unknown. I used to fear not being fully equipped for a future challenge, for a scary unknown. Because of that, since I was little, I have always wanted to prepare more, learn more, know more, and understand more. I'd force myself to stay awake throughout the duration of the longest bedtime story my mom would tell me. I just had to know if the little engine ever made it up that mountain. And I could not rest until the story was complete. In school, I disliked coming across incomplete sentences or essays that used ellipses. Cliffhangers aren't my thing. Because of that, when it came to composing my own writing, going over word count was always a problem. I did not want to leave my readers wondering if the little engine ever delivered the toys. I avoided leaving them with the unknown. I still have so much I want to convey that tonight it is highly probable that I will go over this speech's word count and time limit. Sorry, Miss Sandifer. However, as I have matured over my teen years, I now view the unknown with a hopeful outlook instead of a fearful one. I found beauty in those three little dots. They don't represent the unknown anymore, but now represent opportunities waiting patiently for me to explore. It's now time for us graduates to dive into our own personal unknown, the ellipsis of the future, and expand the rest of our stories. Have faith in the future and let it unravel organically. In my time at Neville, I've learned that you can't reside in what is comfortable, predictable, and apparent. You must seek discomfort because discomfort prompts change, and change promotes tolerance and humanity. We have the resources to change our fallen world, but they won't be sitting right in front of us. They may be behind the ellipsis. There is so much good the world has to offer us, and more importantly, we have boundless amounts of good to offer the world. Be bold, ask why, ask how, make a move, and make your mark. Don't let an ellipsis limit you to a whole paragraph left unread. Write your story, go above and beyond, exceeding word count if you have to. One single period represents the end, but three of them together, in sequence, the ellipsis, means the thought will continue. Tonight is not a period. It is not the end. It is, instead, a beginning, a ... And we have to write the ending. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Anna Grace Hansen, and the letter N in endure means narrative. From the moment we enter this world, we start unknowingly writing our narrative. Everyone's story looks different, but that's what makes us unique. If you would have asked me at 7 what my story would look like, I would have confidently replied that I was going to be the next Hannah Montana. I would dress up and use a kitchen spoon as my microphone. At that moment, I believed I could never want anything more. However, As I grew up, the excitement and passion I had when singing faded. I began to sing because it was what other people wanted me to do and not so much what I enjoyed anymore. In the coming years, we will all be faced with the option to let others pave our way or write our songs. It's easy to mold into the ideal image when everyone points you in that direction. However, class of 2021, I challenge you to dance to your own beat and pursue what truly makes you happy. After all, we were individually created with unique talents and passions. So don't suppress your purpose in order to please your audience. With that being said, do allow others to guide you. For God delicately crafted each of us with the ability to make a change, and you never know when you need to hear someone else's song. As we transition into the next chapter of our lives, we leave behind a great part of our song, but we still have to finish our story. Don't be afraid to be unique. Don't be afraid to choose kindness, and don't be afraid to write your own story. Classmates and friends, in a world where everyone tries to fit an ordinary image, sing your own song and craft your perfect narrative. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Brooke Hill, and I honestly never expected to be standing in front of all of you today. But here I am. For our word of the year, endure, the D for me means decisions. In the last couple months, we have had to make some of the biggest decisions, such as what college we should attend or what career path we should follow. All of these decisions will affect our lives in many ways. And sometimes the things we had initially planned don't always work out the way we had hoped. As you can tell from the past year, life loves to test us and push us in directions we never expected. But it is these trials that affect the decisions we make. We can't always make the right choice at the right time, but that is okay. We are human, and we are bound to make mistakes. But it is from these mistakes that we learn life's lessons. As children, these decisions were smaller and the consequences not as severe. But now, our decisions are important. As I stand here today, watching my high school years finally come to an end, I wish I could go back, slow down, and do a little more. But I can't. So I ask of you, before you make your final decisions, take a step back and do as my family has always told me. Choose whatever makes you happy, because in the end, that is all that truly matters. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Simon Mitchner. In my mind, the U in endure stands for unlucky, for I believe that the past year could be described as an accumulation of unfortunate events. After swiftly cutting our junior year short, the COVID-19 pandemic decreased our odds of success during what was supposed to be our most exciting year of high school. Half of us watched our lucky friends with last names A through J walk into the halls of Neville, hoping that this year would somewhat resemble the year that we expected. But before the rest of us got our first day, the first of 2 hurricanes struck our city, beginning our monumental year with a delay. When all of us were finally able to return to campus, the unluckiest among us were directed towards the frigid overflow room where we stayed for periods on end. And yet, we beat the odds. In order to adapt to new circumstances, the school went all in on the internet. Unfortunately, a cyber attack meant that this was briefly a bust, and yet we beat the odds. However, once the second semester came, everything appeared perfect. However, we should have known better to count our money while we were sitting at the table. Shortly after returning from winter break, ice and snow paralyzed our city, but we beat the odds. My fellow graduates, I want to commend each and every single one of you. The aforementioned events were just some of the trials and tribulations we faced this year. Through your endurance and your determination, you and you alone earned a seat on this field tonight. My fellow graduates, I believe that each of you have something that, after this year, to be proud of. You conquered this year. Moving forward, I want you to take pride in your winnings. I want you to wear that accomplishment as a medal on your chest, for only a reward so shiny and valuable is worthy. My fellow graduates, you have beaten the odds. You have shown grit and desire and valiantly closing out on this chapter of your life. I want to extend a well-deserved congratulations to each and every single one of you. You won the hand you were dealt. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Sally Jane Snellings. The R in endure is for reflect. These past few weeks, we've had many chances to reflect on our time at Neville. 4 years went by so fast, but as I slowed down and reflected on each one, I realized how much I had grown. Reflecting back to freshman year, we were unaware and unprepared for the challenges that lay ahead. Everything was new. New friendships, new teachers, new experiences. But in that naivete, we made some of our best memories. Sophomore year, school got harder, but we learned to persevere. It was in the challenging courses that we learned the importance of community. I will never forget those Rogers study groups in Books A Million, or staying up all night to finish the Why the Big Bug group project for Mr. Don. We needed each other to accomplish these goals. But last year, we truly learned the lesson of endurance. I took some time to reflect on old journal entries, and I found that even though COVID took so much away from us, it left us stronger. I have always found comfort in a routine and staying on top of my grades. So naturally, the day we got out of school, I was worried about the upcoming SAT and AP exams. The pandemic had taken away my stability, but over the course of quarantine, I reflected on what really matters. Looking back, I see how I have changed. My faith has grown stronger as I've learned to embrace God's promises in the unknown. He was able to bring good out of the bad. I became less stressed, and I no longer relied on my grades to define me. I now realize I needed that time. Maybe we all did. To slow down, to think, to reflect. We have grown these past 4 years and learned to endure the toughest challenges. Looking back, I am so thankful for everything Neville has given me, the fun memories and the important lessons. I know I could not have received a better education elsewhere. Neville's unique environment gives students a chance to pursue understanding through their own hard work. Tonight, I encourage all of you to reflect on our days at Neville with gratitude, remembering all it has done for us.
Good evening. My name is Jaylee White. To me, the final E in endure represents everything. Everything that we have learned, lost, gained, and accomplished now come down to this one moment. After all, it may have felt like we as students have gone through everything you could imagine. But guess what? We have survived. We have endured. Everything that we have persevered through has taught us how much potential we truly have. When I think about all that I have accomplished, I know that everything I have gained comes from God. Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1 says, "There is a right time for everything, and everything on earth will happen at the right time." It can be hard to remember this because sometimes we desire for everything to happen on our own time. Why do I say this? Here's the reason. The class of 2021 has faced cancellations and disappointments time after time. Despite this, we still managed to prove ourselves worthy of this moment. At the start of our senior year, we had no idea how everything would work out. We were not sure what type of school year we would have. However, there is a first time for everything, and we made the best out of it. This, too, is something that we must keep in mind. In life, there will be times when everything may not happen as planned. Yet, there is still so much in store for us. We have not seen everything that is coming our way. Not to mention, we have not accomplished everything that we are destined to do. When we have moments of discouragement, we must remember that in the end, there is a reason for everything. Before I finish, I want to thank my parents and all of our families for everything they have done for us. Without their constant support and encouragement, we would not be where we are today. And to the class of 2021, I would like to leave you with one final note. Remember, with strong motivation and determination, you can do anything and everything.
Good evening. I'm Eli McPherson, and I am the 2020 Tom McDade Tiger Award winner. It's hard to believe that 1 year ago, I was sitting out here where you are, excited about graduation and ready to start my next journey. I'm now attending the ULM. I'm now attending the ULM and majoring in construction management. It's hard to talk. Yeah. And I can tell you, college is great. The magnitude of the McDade Award is quite astounding. With it comes pride, integrity, depth, importance, not only to Mr. McDade, the benefactor, but to Neville. This is one of the greatest honors that I have ever received. This year's recipient will feel the same way. This person has a great personality, but often flies under the radar. Whenever this recipient does anything great or small, they knock it out of the park. This leader is nothing short of mundane, but explodes with tiger tenacity. One of the recipients nominated stated, "This person is the quintessential Tiger." Their academic prowess is not only matched by a few of their peers, and is the most athletic student at Neville. Have I captured your attention yet? This recipient's presence brightens the room, but has a humble nature. This person is a star on stage, no matter what the platform. This person wows crowds with their stunning dance abilities. This person follows in the footsteps of her dad, class 1987, brother, class 2015, and sister, class 2018. This person was a cheerleader for 4 years, a member of the Twin City Ballet Company, where she received multiple honors and in the top 10% of your graduation class. I'm so happy to say the 2021 prestigious Tom McDade Tiger Award winner goes to Emma Livingston Street.
In Eli's defense, it is hard to talk into this microphone. You hear yourself after you speak for yourself, which is why the valedictorians are all wearing earplugs. So Eli, good job. And now, the graduates of 2021. Ashanti Simone Hicks. William Durham Reed. Caroline Michelle Clary. Anna Grace Hanson. Brooke Hill. Simon Henry Mishner. Sally Jane Snellings. Jaylee Camille White. Emma Livingston Street. Eugene Allen III. Kobe Zacchaeus Allen. Jasmine Simone Anderson. Cindy Denise Andrade. Eduardo Andrade. Mario Andrade. Layla Renee Andrews. Skylar Brianna Andrews. Joe Wilbert Arthur III. Anna Catherine Barnes. Kenneth Melvin Blade III. Lane Michael Blue. Desiree Shantae Bluford. Wesley Keyshawn Bonner. Ayana Nicole Bowden. Travion Rayshawn Boyd. Joanna Diana Briggs. Kiwana Regina Briggs. Jamie McKenna. Hey. Caleb Jamarco Brown. Davis Lindsay Brown. Destiny Elise Brown. Jakyle Deshay out. Brandon Ramon Bullard Jr. Camille C. Burkett. Daniel Aries Burkhalter. Selden Ann Batita. Timothy Jeremiah Bird Jr. Elena Monique Calhoun. Connor Allen Cameron. Maria Caraway Rangel. Shalea Michelle Carr. Cameron Leon Carter. Davion DeMichael Carter. Catherine Marie Cassio. Jaden Gerard Chadwick. Montoni D. Allen Chapman. Sarah Elizabeth Clausen. Clarissa LaFay Clay. Rayshawn Kentrell Clemens. Adrian Dealiden Cole. Benjamin Stern Crawford. Brianna Alexis Curtis. Jamisha Deanjane Davis. Mahogany Giselle Davis. Philip Emmanuel Drumgold. John David Eberts. Kanaya Chandre Moy Edwards. Myron Brayshawn Elam. Catherine Grace Emery. Corey Montrez Ferguson, Jr. Gerald Lee Fields II. Darius Flanoy. Latarius Javon Fletcher. Kalia Kalashe Fobbs. Jalen LaShawn Franklin. Jorlesia Diana Franklin. Karamaya Renee Frazier. Spencer Gerard Gardner. Colton Brad Giles. Caden Riley Globke. Rachel Rebecca Glover. Bilquarius Kentrell Gooden. Genesis Lee Gooden. Hindarian Jamal Goodjoint. Cameron Jamal Griffin. Susanna Grace Guy. Seven, Trayvon Hall. Alex Charles Hampton, Jr. Mia Brianna Harden. Jacob Carter Harris. Michael Dane Harris III. Terrence Dwayne Harris. Emma Grace Harrison. Chantel Benaye Hatfield. Elena Victoria Heck. Amber Lene Herring. Jordan Simone Honor. Caitlin Summer Houston. DeKayla Vanette Howard. David Neal Hudson. Kosi Ifediora. Joshua Emmanuel Jack. Alasia Zanaya Jackson. Braxton Andre Jackson. Selena Ashanti Jackson. David Leandre Jackson. Tamisha Chantel Jackson. Roderick Vonquez Jacobs. Curtis Lee Johnson, Jr.
After you throw your hat. After you throw your hat, maybe you can get it on. All you want after that. All right. You good? You ready? Robert.
Maya Shanice Johnson. Anicia Delorious Jones. Kevin Latrell Jones. LaCurtis Darrell Kelly, Jr. Sadie Caroline Keys. Cadence Evelyn Nippers. Victor Namdi Quinto, Jr. Jackson Reed Landry. Natalie Anna Leha. Trinity Nikayla Leverson. Jalen Michael Lewis. Caden Amor Linton. Jamesia Antronique Littleton. Audrey Eleanor Lavigny. Carter Alexander Lodgen. Nor Maroos. Adrian DeAndre Marshall. Gracie Lynn May. Tyrese DeJuan McFarland. Kiera Michelle McPhee. Jakayla McGee. Michaela Shavante McGee Norman. Peyton Blair McMullen. Elijah Emmanuel Meadows. Janijah Rayana Meadows. Sydney Ann Meek. Kayla Iana Merritt. Dantiana Raynette Montague. Kareem Abdul Moore Jr. Philippa Catherine Morstead. Jeremiah Carnell Moy. Austin Reese Myers. Charla Nolene Nash. Yannicka Yanae Nelson. Lily Elaine Newton. Quinishua Janice Norman. Quintishua Eunice Norman. Tristan Nugent. Timothy Harlan Olivo. Maya Grace O'Neill. Jamarcus Devion Otis. Crescent Montantes Parker. Madeline Elizabeth Parker. Markenzie Delois Patrick. Anthony Thomas Phoenix. James Howard Phoenix. Samuel Lawrence Phoenix. Travion Lamond Leon Pleasant. Ahmed M. Kasim. Gilberto Alejandro Quinones. Josie Camille Randall. Jakayla Hermione Ratcliffe. Alice Janiyah Lachey Red. Jatara Lanicia Reese. Zanaya Demanye Reitzel. Damon Alexander Ray. Micaiah Richard. Dexter Laverne Robinson. Dylan Shane Robinson. Jemiah Danielle Robinson. Takiria Monet Robinson. Rolanda Rochelle Ross. Jakencia Kiera Rux. Kiana O'Shea Rush. Mallory Brooke Rushing. Faith Victoria Shepherd. Sarah Elizabeth Ship. Zanaya Tashelle Smiley. Ella Rose Smith. Jadis Latre Smith. Jalen Jaquay Smith. Felicia Cherie Smith. Region Devontae Smith. Claire Victoria Stroud. Tedrick Marcel Tansey. Zarina Cheyenne Tribble. Caitlin Cheyenne Turner. Taylin Jamaria Turner. Ethan Devion Vaughn. Elise Mackenzie Venable. Osvaldo Salas Vidal. Davionte Antwain Walker. Dexter Carnell Walker, Jr. Grace Christina Walker. John Layton Walker. Macario Travell Walker. Charles David Washington. Josiah David Washington. Tiana Crochet Washington. Calvin Gabriel White. LaDeja Gabrielle White. Moravian Maria White. Jaden Jamar Williams. Keyshawn Marquis Williams. Raya Elise Williams. Trinity Samaria Williams. Raven Aaliyah Willis. Jatavian Tamarje Wilson. Nicholas Lee Woolison. Wilson Davis Yates. Dejan Amaris Young. Stephen Cage Young.
Would the class of 2021 please stand? And now, by the power vested in me as superintendent of Monroe City Schools, I hereby declare you graduates of Neville High School. You may now move your tassel.